Taxis are revealed. Woman whose death on Irish ferry sparked mass brawl was on the way to her father-in-law's funeral. These are the first pictures of the woman who died on an Irish ferry on her way to her father-in-law's funeral. The death of Ned Cash, 39, sparked a huge police response, but she is now believed to have died in a suspected suicide and not a violent death as previously thought. She was discovered in a bathroom of the Stena Nordica ferry as it made its way into Rosslare port in Wexford. The discovery of Mary's body sparked a mass brawl between a group of people on board, forcing the ship's captain to issue an emergency call to authorities at Rosslare. Mary, who has several children, was with her husband Ned and other relatives taking her father-in-law Martin Cash back to Ireland for a funeral service. His body was in a hearse on board the ferry which left the West Wales port of Fishguard on Tuesday afternoon. Martin, 75, died at his home in North London earlier this month, and it was this wish to be buried in his native Ireland. There was a service at St. Anthony of Padua Roman Catholic Church in Edgware, North London, on Monday before his body was taken back to his home. A notice posted by Ned Cash on Facebook said, "Anyone that is following him back to Ireland are to be at his yard Tuesday 6:30 a.m. Mary and her husband Ned, along with other relatives, left his home with the hearse at dawn on Tuesday to catch the 2 p.m. ferry from Fishguard. Irish police, the Gardaí Siochana, are still investigating Mary's death, but foul play has been ruled out. A message on social media said, "Heartbreaking, poor Ned going to bury his father tomorrow, now his beautiful wife. Jesus heal broken-hearted, give her family strength through this heartbreaking time." Police interviewed ferry passengers and a man known to Mary was arrested. He has since been released from Garda custody. Martin Cash's funeral was due to be held at Bluebell Catholic Chapel in Dublin on Wednesday before burial at St. Corban's Cemetery in Naas, County Kildare. It's understood the funeral was put back a day following Mary's tragic death on the Irish ferry. The family is now making arrangements for Mary's funeral following a post-mortem examination in Ireland. In a statement, Gardaí said, "A post-mortem examination on the deceased woman has been completed, the results of which are not being released for operational reasons." A Garda family liaison officer, Taflo, continues to engage with and support the family of the deceased. A Garda senior investigating officer will now supervise the completion of an investigation for the purpose of a file to assist a coroner's inquest. As previously highlighted, Garda Siochana is not investigating any other separate alleged public order incidents on board this ferry sailing. One witness described the incident as extremely shocking, as armed Gardaí and the public order unit were called to the scene. The public order incident, described as a brawl, is understood to have broken out following discovery of the woman. Garda said they are looking into all of the circumstances around the death. Garda said they are looking into all of the circumstances around the death as they await the results of the postmortem file photo. A witness described the Garda response as massive, as they were joined by a large national ambulance service presence to create a ring of steel around the port. Local councillor Ger Carthy, who attended the scene as part of his role as an ambulance officer with the National Ambulance Service, said, "There's an air of shock and sadness here in Rosslare tonight over what unfolded on board the Stena Nordica. The specifics are subject to a Garda investigation at this stage, the outcome of which we'll learn in the fullness of time. Regardless, at the center of it is a woman who has lost her life, and the thoughts of the community here are with her family." A transport company owner, who is a regular user of the port, said one of his drivers had witnessed the lead-up to the incident. He said the driver believed those involved were going to a funeral, as there was a hearse on board. He said he knew this fella was going to cause trouble, but he didn't think it was going to be this serious, he recalled. He said the man was shouting and had a lot of drink or drugs on him. He was out of his mind on something anyway. Gardaí spoke to passengers on board and as they left the boat from around 8 p.m. onwards, taking statements from eyewitnesses. The company owner, who asked not to be named, said he had a driver waiting to make the return journey, but who was now spending the night parked near the port. He said his trucks had already been delayed after cancelled sailings on Sunday due to high winds. A spokesperson for Stena Line said, "An incident occurred this afternoon on the 1400 hours sailing from Fishguard to Rosslare. This a police matter, so please direct all further."